Yeah, right. Let's see how we can do this here. All right, let me know if I'm live, guys. Struggling with this stuff these days. You got anybody watching? Oh, I see one person. Let's get it out there quick. What's up, brother? What's going on, Steven? Try and get this shared out in a group here in a second. We can talk about what we got coming up. Thanks, buddy. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Just an honor to be able to do it. Probably gonna hear me say that about 1,000 times in the coming weeks. Is my audio okay? What's up, Jason? What's going on, Dennis? My man Warren. Give me a share in a couple groups here and maybe discussion or one of these other ones here. Oh, yeah, thank you, man. Audio's good. Okay, I got crap for having something that sounded like an underwater microphone. I know it ain't the best thing, but what's going on, Jason? How you doing, man? Carolyn, what's happening? Yeah, it's basement style, prison style. Yeah, so I've been kind of holding this announcement in. I didn't want to, I don't want to jinx myself until this stuff became official. But yeah, the match was just announced recently, and I'm super stoked. and I figured I'd go live and just talk in general. Linn, incredible. What's going on, Jake? My guy. Um, yeah, I figured I'd just get on here and talk a little bit and field some questions. I can let you know how the match kind of came about and, whatever anybody might want to know. And I just wanted to talk also about some of the stuff we got coming up here next week. We got the Battle of Baltimore with Dave Morocco. So if you're from the Northeast and you're interested in high level competition, I think this is going to be the tournament for you. There's going to be, I think almost, oh man, I forget how much money he's giving away per class. I think it's $800 or $1,000 per class, pays all the way down to third. So it's going to be good. I'm going to do my best to make it there next weekend. I'm going to be heading back from a football scrimmage. Yeah. Benjamin, is it right and left or just right? I think it was definitely just right. I'm not sure how much John's training left. Honestly, couldn't think of anyone I'd rather see pull next more than you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. This is very, very interesting, especially coming off seeing how John handled Chance and a really big Chance and somebody, in Chance who I think really highly of. The way John's able to adjust, unbelievable puller. I'm going to have to be on top of my game. Catch weight for this, I think John wanted it to be 225. I was thinking more about 220 so I can just kind of walk in there and eat what I want. But 225 means I'm going to have to bulk up a little bit. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And yeah, Benjamin, I'm glad John's back too. I think that's the biggest thing, that we're all getting out of this. Is the fact that he's pulling another match. And I can't, I got to thank the good Lord for me having the opportunity to be the guy he's pulling. I'm just blessed in that aspect. Obviously, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff coming up here. I think staking is going to become a part of this. A lot of things going on. But I mean, I'm just honored to take the match. For me, being able to have the match is winning in itself. Anything that happens after that first go is just bonus. So money, dude, Levon Gasparini. I don't know what that means, but is that a question? Roger, what do you think your lane for victory looks like? Roger, I don't know, but I know if there is a lane for victory, it is very, very narrow. My man, Ryan. Oh, by the way, I did turn super chats on, and I want to be very, very clear about that. Ryan, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. Ryan says, congrats, brother. Couldn't think of two better men in arm wrestling world. I appreciate you. And the feeling is mutual, Ryan. Greatly appreciated. I did turn the super chats on. I wanted to say why. I said prior, I don't want money from YouTube. I mean, I'm probably not anywhere near ever getting my initial investment in YouTube back, and that's totally fine because my intentions with this was not to be necessarily a money-making endeavor. However, things have transpired where I think we're going to try and fund an undercard for this match. And if that's the case, basically the super chats from this are really going to be the funding of this match. So I am not getting paid in the traditional sense. John is. My payment for this is going to come through support totally. Okay, Benjamin. And it's cool to know you're going to be respectful. Absolutely be respectful completely. How can you not be? That's what I told Chance. It's a win. Yeah, it's a win-win situation, right? I mean, you get the honor of it. I mean, if there's ever a time where I'm going to use my buddy Ryan Bowen's statement of give myself the chance to or give myself the permission to lose. I mean, I don't think I need to give myself permission. It's a real possibility in every match, but this is one where where it's going to be it's going to be an uphill battle for sure. However, I will say my full intentions is are to come in here in the best shape of my life with the intention of doing everything possibly in my power to win this match. So we're going to be doing a lot here in the coming months. Just to give you some background on it, what Travis and Paul Italia are trying to do here really is to piggyback off the ROTN concept. where I've won a couple ROTNs, and the most recent one that John was competing at. So the idea is to give the winner of that ROTN the opportunity to pull whoever the current champion is, who is John. So I think it's pretty cool, and it worked out in my favor. I'm blessed because I wasn't planning on pulling that day. I was just reffing, and I just threw myself in there and said, "Hey, there's a little bit of money. Let's go ahead and go after it." So the good Lord takes care of things like that sometimes. Ryan versus Levon. Now Paul versus John. Yeah, it's getting weird, right? Hey, anything can happen. Ryan is unbelievable in what he's been able to achieve through social media and getting things going. And, I think we're all kind of reaping the benefits of that for sure. Hey, Paul, do you have PayPal or Cash App so I can directly send you some money without anyone else taking a cut? Nah, that goes through my manager. That goes through James. He's my manager. Nah, I don't want no money. Remember now, guys, I've already committed to everything that comes through social media and the clothing line, that I will funnel the money directly back into the sport. We're doing that through tournaments. We're doing that through different things. This is not a source of income for me. It would have to be lucrative in order for it to be a source of income, and we're not there yet. Yeah, the Aussie scene is heating up for sure. And that's going to be awesome if Ryan can pull all that off. Can you include Ramable versus Bamable left hand? Who's that? I don't know if I'm following. Didn't ever listen to Paul's. Don't ever listen to Paul. Send lots of money, James says. Arm Wrestling Planet, what's up, brother? What's going on? Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So if you want to support me in this match, I'm sure there's going to be staking and everything going on, which I'm not like. I am a huge fan of staking. Stacy James, I'm coming in late and I may have been drinking. You pulling John? Yes, I am, Stacy. Greetings from El Salvador. Thank you for joining from El Salvador. Yeah, so we're working on undercard matches. But just to okay. Ramo Bull next in line for Brzenk. Okay. So basically what's going on here as far as how we're funding. Thank you, Anderson. Greatly appreciate you. Possibly. We'll see. Igor's mad at me now for some reason because of arm wrestling discussion. So that's another story. Anyway, so our funding, John is going to be paid to show up, and we'll have cuts of the different things that may be going on. It's looking like we don't know yet. We're trying to figure out the details. There may be some, I don't know if it's going to be ARM TV doing some type of pay-per-view thing. I don't know. That's all down the road. Maybe that'll probably benefit John a little bit, or the pullers. But right now, Carolyn, support for the undercard. Yes. I'm sure Gary will. Thank you, Carolyn. Greatly appreciated. We are looking to target a women's match in the undercard too, because I think that's very, very important. Anyway, so when Travis approached me with the match, the deal was that we would get a portion of the entry fees as compensation. So he said, "Oh, of course, Travis. Oh man, we gotta find a way to cut James out." And I said, "Well, James is my partner. We're not gonna cut James out. So I'm splitting whatever I have coming in on this match. We'll get split with James because that's my partner, and we've done everything together." So what's going to happen is if you really want to support the channel, me, anything like that, I'm not going to encourage you to stake. That's your own thing. But I would say, please, if you are in the local area or would like to see the match in person, please come and pull. If you come and put your elbow on the table, you support me, you support CNY arm wrestlers, you support, everything that we're doing here. And I think between James and I, we can commit that money will also be funneled back into the sport. So, Stephen Francis, good luck. Can't wait to see the match. Yeah, I'm going to do my best, brother. The goal from here on out is to remain as healthy as possible while gaining a few pounds and getting as strong as possible. Okay, 14 pounds of pressure. Grats on the big match. Where do you think you are compared with Chance? And what will you do that Chance couldn't? Are you just going to be too strong? I don't know. Where do I see myself compared to Chance? So Chance and I are friends, and Chance has come up to train, and we met a long time ago at my first nationals. I think it was his as well. He was about a year in. I was about 4 months in, and throughout the years we've shared a lot. As far as the progression and how we approach things. He's come up and stayed over. We trained. We went and worked with Storm. He's come up and supported our tournaments. It's been really good. There's a few spots where back when Chance was 250, 260, I felt pretty good. I think I haven't pulled Chance in a while, but there's spots where I can't do anything with Chance. There's lanes that I have to stay away from. And I think when Ryan pulled him, he found that out. Like you can't hook Chance. You don't. I think John found that out when he tried to hook him in the match that he lost. So there's certain lanes. I think everybody has a lane. Everyone has an avenue. I had one or two good ones against Chance, but my guess is Chance shored them up, which means that I need to be able to up my game as well when it comes to this match for sure. What I think the lanes that I have being different than Chance, I do have the ability, I think, to try several different things that Chance wouldn't see as strong points for him, which would mean inside pulling, some forms of down pressure, a few different things in the strap that I would try that Chance wouldn't be able to. So we'll see how it goes. What else have we got in the comment? All right, Mizell, is this on your home grounds? Now, I mean, home grounds. It's on the East Coast. It's Virginia. I'm probably gonna have to drive 4 or 5 hours to get there. But it's easier travel for me for sure. Yeah, Virginia, not West Virginia, but I think it's gonna be closer. We'll see. Sorry, brother, running behind. Where is this going to take place? This will be in Virginia. Super pumped. Thank you, Dustin. Greatly appreciated. Love the shirt. That's the State Series shirt. Yes, it is. Second Amendment shirt. So these shirts, if you are interested, hit me or James up. This is the New York version. It has New York arm wrestling on the back, whatever else. We have Pennsylvania. We'll make a Virginia one for this one. So again, like I said, if you want to support, it's really going to be by your participation in this event. Obviously, if you buy a shirt, that's support in itself. So we prefer to do those, either ship them or do them at the event. So the more people we get to show up and pull, the better. All right. It's Paul Italia and Travis cancer fundraiser event. I'm not sure if it's for, I don't think it's for cancer fundraiser. Maybe it is. I don't know. Chance has one really good move. Yeah, he's diversified a little bit, repulsive gravity. He's got a little bit more. He posts a little bit more now, a little bit more riser. He definitely has the low hand thing down to an absolute science. What's your best path to success? David, I don't know. What can you implement that Chance couldn't? I have an inside game. That is one thing. Now, John is arguably one of the greatest. Well, I mean, he's the greatest arm wrestler of all time, but he has arguably the best ever inside hook move for anyone at the 220 range, only rivaled by maybe Todd Hutchings. So I'm not saying that is the lane for anything. It's just a lane that I have. And I think I do have a little bit. I have a little bit in the post and the riser that I think could benefit me. Not necessarily against John. I just meant close for you. Oh, no, absolutely, Miss L. Close for you. Sorry, nothing to do about the pullers. I was asking because that date I'd like to try to make it out of Canada for my first tournament and support you, Miss L. That would be awesome if you could, brother. As long as everything's good, absolutely. By all means, would love to have you there. I love the energy you bring as it is. You're going to wear a Lethal Arms and the Fix hybrid shirt show. Benjamin, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to wear whatever they tell us we have to wear, if they tell us we have to wear anything, but I am not 100% sure on. All right. What else we got? All right. Oh, Mega Mike, man, I'm behind, brother. I am way behind on these things. Okay, Mega Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. Like I said, we're working on getting some funding for these undercard matches. I am not the best at getting sponsors. I'm terrible. Just ask James. So I'm worthless when it comes to that. So basically, the super chats are sponsoring the undercard. I'll rock a lethal arm shirt there, of course. Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Yeah, Mega Mike is a beast. A beast. I've been tracking. Stacy, is it only right arm? Yes. Levon, Gasparini, Todzilla, John Rustum have the best hooks of all time. Agreed. Cannot argue that one bit. Cash breakdown. Men's pro. Right. Is this okay? Sorry, James. This goes back to James is giving us the cash breakdown for the Battle of Baltimore. It's 300 right, 200 or 300 for first, 200 for second, and 100 for third. And then there will be more money in the overall. So the Battle of Baltimore is going to be really, really good. There's also going to be money for women's. So yeah, there's about, I think there's $5,000 or $6,000 to be had at that event coming up here shortly. Slugger Stark, congrats. How is your shoulder doing? Feeling healthy? Yes and no. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. My shoulder is still, my labrum is torn. It has been with the rehab and stuff that I've done. It has been much more functional as far as what we, what I can do. It doesn't really affect me on the table, so it's not an excuse. Really, what it does is it affects me in the gym and my ability to kind of to go through some of those core lifts without like incredible pain. But I'm able to push through it. I'm not going to let I'm not going to let a little bit of pain stop me from anything. Have I talked rules with John? I have not, Derek, not yet. I would like to go with something similar that we did that he did with Chance. I'd like to forego all the nonsense, the get your own grip stuff and go straight to the strap and just keep it simple. Let's not be labor it and make it drag out. Let's just get right to it. We'll see. I'll talk to him. Yeah, no, speedy recovery, Benjamin. I mean, I don't know if it's going to recover. It's torn. It's something I'm going to deal with unless I'm going to get surgery. Thought about a PRP injection, but this match jumping up, I don't want to take any time off to really allow for any healing. I just want to kind of get to it. Seeing that John now back in the sport, would you rank him in the top 5 in North America? At 220, absolutely. I mean, you almost want to rank the guy in the top 5 open weight. I mean, how can you not? I think Chance was in the top 10 supers, pushing towards that top 5 himself, and he just beat him. So let's be serious. I'm a middleweight. I'm going to have to come up a little bit and do my best to make it a match. Paul, what about a match with Bowen? That'll probably happen down the road. That's not something I'm really chasing. I feel like that's a match that when WL comes back that they're going to make at some point, and I'm just going to really let time take its course. And you know what? Ryan's getting huge, so I don't know if we might be in different weight classes before you know it. I mean, he might be following in that Todd Hutchings footsteps where he's going to go ahead and transcend into the supers. James, we are working on the undercard. Black Scorpion is on board. Paul Talbot is on board. Jason Merlot is on board. All the details we have right now. How much do you run through? Started. Okay, let me see. Pancake, John versus Levon. Merlot would win right, even though Talbot is way stronger right than people think. Left hand, Paul, 3-1. Mizell, that's a really good match, and I don't know how it goes either way. I think that there's lanes there both ways. That's a tough one to pick. It really is. But Paul Talbot is the number 1 left-handed middleweight in the country, undisputed, and for great reason. How old am I? I am 40 years old, Repulsive. I am getting old, and it is starting to show. Yeah, I'm sorry, Paul, but you're screwed. You versus Ryan got to happen soon because he's growing. Yeah, that's a good point. He's going to leave me in the dust. We'll see. I mean, I do think WAL is going to come back at the very soonest when this thing settles down. There's been enough chatter. I think it's coming back. Haha, the description kind of makes it sound like Chance is getting a rematch, but you refer to your chance. Oh, yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Just wondering, Paul, how do you think you would fare against Schoolboy or Alex Topral? I pulled with Alex quite a bit. I've also pulled Schoolboy. Schoolboy is much larger now, but I do all right. I look 32 max. It's a good camera, man. I got all the lighting here. Look at the ambiance. If I look 32, it's only because of the camera. I'll throw money on Paul when it happens. Be careful now. Be careful. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. At least a good sum. Okay. I wish I was 40. Buddy, we talk about somebody who doesn't look their age. Brian Kane, you are the guy who doesn't look his age. And if you get any leaner, man, I would trade body fat with you. All right. Yeah, October 23rd, Mizell. All right. You're 50. Yeah, I'm just a puppy, I guess. All right. A few hundred, no pressure. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing about staking. I love to do it because it just makes it fun for me. And I make sure that I stake with money that I can afford to lose, or it's just play money that I would spend, going out to a bar or something. So to me, it's not a big deal. Like I'm not risking anything that I haven't already accounted a loss of. But the feeling of like, I staked Chance in that last match. And there was a lot of reasons why. And the first text message he sent me after it was all done was that he was sorry. And I was like, don't say you're sorry. And if staking is going to make you feel like you have to say sorry for doing your best, I don't know how good of a thing it is as far as the puller goes. And the puller does not get much of that money. A lot of juice happens there. If you bet 100, you might only win 75. Well, where'd that other 25 go? Not much of it goes to the puller. That's the sad part. Jason says, Paul, did you grip up with John in Arizona? Right. Did you pull at all back then with him? I did. Not right arm, only left. We've never grabbed right arm at all. So that makes it interesting. He was a little beat up from working with Ryan and everything, I think. Paul, hook a brother up with a moderator because Mizell sucks. Mizell's cool. I don't know how to do that moderator stuff, man. I'm basic. Got to take pressure off the athletes, at least in some way. I think so. I agree. Okay, Carolyn, Lord willing, Uncle John be the undercard next year at some events. Agreed. I would love to see Uncle John. I would love to see Uncle John continue to get as much success times whatever that he's getting right now. The dude is such a breath of fresh air. It's all positivity, which I love. And he is just, he's just so good for the sport. The reality of it is with the travel restrictions, it sucks. I feel like he was coming into his own with his weight cut and everything and moving into that opportunity for those new matches. And it just kind of got toward it. So absolutely would love to see that. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate you. Dude, that psychopath on an Ozzy arm wrestler was banning me. I don't know about that stuff. The fact that you shake Chance is awesome. Oh, that I stake Chance. Yeah. No, listen, I still think, there was lane there for the guy, and I believe in what Chance is doing. I believe he's going to be unbelievable, I don't know about that, John. I don't know about that. Oh, okay. Paul, how's your... Okay, hold on. I'm losing control here. All right. Repulsive gravity. Will you stake money on yourself against John? If so, how much? If I were to stake myself in this match, it would be only money that I could afford to lose. I do not plan on betting on myself to add any other weird pressure or weird energy. I'm a big believer in like visualization, energy, mind state, flow, all that stuff. And I don't want anything to really distract me. If everything goes okay, that it will be a profitable day as long as we have a big turnout and everything looks good, and it should be for the rest of the people in my circle who get an opportunity for an undercard match and as well as, working through the tournament. So I don't feel as though I need to. I know Michael Todd has always said he likes the pressure of having money on the line to win. For me, that's not my motivation. That's just an added bonus. So if I'm to win the match, my reward is being able to, first off, pull the greatest of all time and have a little bit of success, and that's all I need. Chance Shaw versus Eric Spotto match right now. I think Chance's move is kryptonite for Eric. Just my opinion, could be totally wrong. Carolyn, loved you mentioning Chance and John match between the rounds. Yeah, I tried my best. That's a big moment. He's still young. I've been blessed to be in similar moments like that. Not arm wrestling related. I mean, we did the WAL thing and everything, but through sports and competition, I've been on a stage where I don't usually get super shaken by that. All right, James says, I'm putting all our super chat money on John. Now, James, that's a conflict of interest now. That's a conflict of interest. Is this best of 5? Yes, it is best of 5. Rob, Jason, I remember Paul. What the heck? I remember Paul saying he didn't pull John because he was surrounded by people and he didn't want to bother him. Well, that was definitely the case. That was definitely the case. And you know what? It kind of worked out because no one has data. It makes it tricky. I know he's great everywhere. And I think John is the type of guy that grabs your hand and downloads information from you, and I think I've heard him say things like that before. So I'm kind of glad we haven't. So I think that gives me a little glimmer of hope. Yeah. You think Eric can beat? He might be able to. He's super powerful. Unbelievable. Eric Spotto and Chance Shaw. Do you expect to do better than John? I don't expect anything, Craig. I hope, and I'll prepare, but I don't expect anything. Arm Wrestling Planet, I remember you helping me out with finding a team when I first started in the sport. Thank you for that. It meant a lot. Brother, I am glad to. That is the one thing that I try my best to do. And I've said it before, that, if you DM me, if you have a question, I'll do my best to respond. As those questions come rolling in more and more, it takes me a little bit longer to respond, which I apologize for up front. But I do my best. If I don't get back to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. I don't think, I knock on wood, I think I've got back to just about everybody. And to be totally honest with you, there are a lot of weirdos out there who I've gotten back to, who take things to a weird level, and I immediately block them. But yes, so I'm glad to help you out. If you are looking for a group, I can help find somebody for you and pipeline you in. I put 500 on LeVon, easy money. Okay. They call Dave Chafee easy money for a reason, but we'll see. Will there be a weigh-in, or is it 225 like a gentleman agreement? There will be a weigh-in. I think, like, I was thinking it was to be 220. And I think John asked for 225 just because he didn't want to have to worry about cutting it too close. I think he's going to walk in at it, but we'll see. I'm sure there'll be a weigh-in. How did this come about? Craig, yeah, I think I explained it before you got on, but it's Travis's concept. The winner of the ROTN faced the champion. John's the champion. So me being able to be blessed enough to win that ROTN at that last event. So he wants to continue this process. So whoever would win this match, the winner of that previous ROTN then gets a match with them. So it's a pretty cool concept. Look at Eric, man. Yeah, okay. Stacey, Paul is the best at getting new pullers legitimate questions. Oh yeah, I'm glad to help new pullers, man. I feel like that's one of the best ways for me to pay it forward. I tried. I started that arm wrestling training group and everything else. For the record, I did not start the arm wrestling discussion group. That was started by Herman, I believe, to stifle all the different stuff that was non-training related. We started that with the intent of really doing something good, getting the questions answered that most of us are afraid to ask and things like that. So Now it's died down a little bit. So, but I'll still always answer any questions. When I was 198 suffering, Paul told me to go back to comfort, healthy weight. Yeah, man. I mean, you're 260 now, you're looking strong. I mean, it's about finding your sweet spot, right, Mazel? You find your sweet spot where you're the strongest at. So, all right. Very cool content. What weight are you both meeting at? We're meeting at 225. Yeah, Dennis, it is. You can't count Dave out. Dave is the strongest. He possibly is the strongest arm wrestler on the planet in his lane, side pressure driven. He is possibly the strongest side pressure puller on the planet. But I know he's preparing a couple different ways. Mazel says, how's your team doing? Hey, it's the first week, man. We are in the first week of camp right now. We've had like sweltering heat out here in PA. We've had heat advisories up to almost 100 degrees and humidity. So we've spent some time in the gym, but our off-season program has gone really, really well. We got some guys who are moving some serious weight, and we're just hoping to translate that to the field. So my next couple of months are going to be crazy busy and stressful. Get Herman Stevens on the undercard. I would love to have Herman out. I would love to. If I seen you on defense, I'd walk. Yeah, right, Mazel. Sweet spots 250. Ice cream sandwiches. Yes, sir. I'm with you. Congrats. Thanks, Ronan. I appreciate you. Do you expect to change your training for this match? I'm going to add some things. I'm going to add in some stuff that I did a little bit, most likely with through Lackland. He gave me one of his demo programs to try out, which I really liked when I did it for about 2 months. So I'm going to incorporate some of that in, and I'm going to go with Devin's thing of same stuff, only harder. And I'm going to increase my volume. Obviously, I'm a 2-a-days type guy. That's really, really hard to do during football season. But my buddy Warren is bringing my Lucas Raymond training table back. So I'm going to set that up in the garage, and arm wrestling specific stuff will be done also at home. So I'll get that double day in, and I'll rest when I'm dead. I'll just sleep when I only have to. Okay. We're going to do our best. All right, what do we got? What will you think if LeBron wins without losing a round? I mean, not a whole lot of people are going to be super surprised if that happens. I mean, I would think he would be that favorite. Herman versus Wayne Withers. I love that match. I love that. They got history. There's energy behind that. I just wish there wasn't a weight gap there, you know? Would you consider a super match with Ryan Bowen when he plans to come to the States? We'll see that. I'm dealing with one step at a time right now. I like to focus on one thing. I actually don't even like to have anything on the horizon until I close one thing out. It's the same old adage with football, like you play them one at a time, right? So the idea is, you know, listen, if I got that great number 1 ranked team 3 weeks away, and we're playing an 0-10 team, or we're playing an 0-7 team this week, my only focus is on that 0-7 team. You have to take them one at a time, one match at a time, one game at a time. So I'll deal with whatever comes after that down the road. All right. Oh, thank you, Jason. You are the man. 100 in here. Yeah, that's crazy. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you pullers, especially Jason, for tuning in. Hopefully we can make that match happen. We shall see. We shall see. Jason, by the way, if you haven't seen Jason at the 98% tournament that happened last week, looked extremely impressive. Extremely impressive. Devin said recently he keeps training very simple and nothing to failure and zero pain training. Yes, 14 pounds. I really like that. It's just really hard for me because I got that meathead mentality and I just want to move weight. And it's so hard with elbow issues to stay away from the pain. There's that meathead mode. You just work through it. And that's probably been a problem for me. Oh, you meant Wayne versus Matt. Are you doing the pumpkin training? Craig, no, I'm not. Craig, I can't. I have OCD and I need to be symmetrical. Like if I'm training my right, I can't have a blown up right and a dead and like a skinny old left. I can't do it. So I'm gonna train. I'm gonna train even. I may go a little bit harder on right, but I'm gonna have the same sets, just maybe a little bit more intensity. Yeah, Mizell, thank you, man. Greatly appreciate you. Mega Might would be a great undercard against almost anyone. Yeah, I'm super impressed by Mega Mike. His inside strength looks unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. So Mega Mike, I mean, you kind of came out of nowhere and dropped bombs on people. Keep it up. I can't wait to see you pull again. Yeah, Merlot definitely deserves it. When you start talking about like some of the best people in the sport, Jason is 100% one of them. Absolutely class act, and a stellar puller, just a good human being all around. The type of person that you want to see succeed. It's easy. It's easy to root for Jason Merlot. Levon ducking the world. Just hearing this, wow, what an honor for you, brother. Shane, my buddy Shane Rollins, happy for you. Do work, dude. I know you will. Yeah, man. It's just an honor to get the opportunity. I'm sure we'll be talking a little bit more about this match coming up, but yeah, we'll see. Craig, I weighed myself tonight before I took a shower. I was 217.6. So I got some weight to gain, and that's at night. So I'm probably waking up under 215. But I added carbs back in the diet when I found out about this match. So I came up a few pounds. I think when I pulled that ROTN, I pulled the 242 class, and I weighed 216 at the time. So I got to gain a little bit. Pork chop on the undercard. Pork chop and Mega Mike. That's cool. Corey versus pork chop. I don't know. Corey is really good. Really good. So I don't know, man. If pork chop's there, that's very impressive. He might be. I don't want to take anything away from him. Yeah, Jason is the man. Congrats on the baby too, Jason. Pork chop and Mega Mike. Yeah. Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Life is going well. Yep. All right. Best in top 5 best ambassadors. That's one of the best compliments you can give me. Dr. A, that's one of the best. I'm just trying to do my best. I mean, I found the sport late. I wish I'd found it earlier. I think it's a travesty that it's not as mainstream as it could be. As I think it could be a really good outlet for kids. When are you flying up, Chance? You tell me, brother. You tell me. Everybody knows now. Chance is one of the first people I reached out to who were actually planning on training prior to this. Flights are really, really cheap from Florida to Harrisburg, so it works out really, really well. So what it really comes down to is just figuring out which Saturday is best, Chance. And I need to download some of that information from you as well. All right. Would you ever consider moving somewhere temporarily for training camp? Unfortunately, Thatch, I have a full-time job and like 3 really intensive side hustles that I can absolutely no way move away from. My full-time job is very rigorous, and it is definitely site specific here where I can't move. And that's what pays the bills, which is also part of the reason why I'm not looking for money out of arm wrestling. For me, it's just really a labor of love. Peanut butter puts on weight. You are right, Stacy. We have the kids all the time eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We tell them make 10 of them a week for your 5 days, 2 a day. You'll gain a pound. You'll gain at a minimum pound or 2 pounds a week. Hello, East. I am cross between rural. I'm not sure. Okay. Let me see. I am getting way behind on these comments. Let's see what we got. Oh, my buddy Jeremy. Hey, brother. Very excited for you. We'll definitely be there. I appreciate you, Jeremy. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate any support I get in this one. I'll do my best. Jason, and that's why Paul is excellent for the sport, pure passion. No, it's just, it's good, man. It's been good for me. You know, it's been good for me. It's been a real positive addiction. I feel like strength training has been a positive addiction. My wife doesn't like it because it keeps me away. So does arm wrestling. But the reality is there's a million other addictions out there that could do your body a lot more harm. And it could do your mind a lot more harm. So for me, arm wrestling has been like really, really important. And I think it would have been really, really good outlet for me as a kid with some of the stuff I dealt with. So I wish I could have found it, and I would love to see that it go more mainstream. How do you plan to debate John's the knuckles are level in the setup? I don't know. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to have any discussions in the setup, but I mean, that's a necessary evil, I guess. But Paul, let's talk about after you win the match, talk about your trajectory and what happens for you if this does happen. I don't know. If first off, I'm only focusing on the match, and whether I win or lose, whatever happens after that will come after that. Because like I said, David, I believe in taking them one at a time. I'm not projecting anything. I think that, mind states of people's like mind states and perspectives of me may be different, but depending on how that match transpires one way or the other. But regardless, I'm going to continue on the path that I kind of been on. And I'm just going to do my best to help grow the sport. I love everybody that I've met in arm wrestling, aside from maybe a few people. Like, it's been just such a positive interaction. So I'm going to continue down the road that we have been as far as working with James Reed and promoting tournaments and doing all this other stuff. So, okay, Carolyn Loomis. Gary Roberts says he can beat any female arm wrestler. Can you hook him up, Paul, with a cameo at this event? Hey, James, maybe that's the match for Michelle. Maybe it's Gary Roberts and Michelle. We could do that. There's definitely going to have to be money on the line. Definitely going to have to be money for Michelle to be made. We'll talk about that offline. Just got here, joining the club. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Derek. Thanks for joining, brother. Are you ready for Brzenk? I'm rooting for the White Orc, man. Thanks, Devil Raper. Am I ready right now? No. Am I ready for the match, to take the match, like mentally? Yes. Am I physically ready? No. Will I be ready the day of the match? Who knows? But I'm going to do my best to get there. So I agree. Would have loved to found arm wrestling earlier in life. I agree, Adam. It would have been great. Gary Roberts is the strongest man in the world. I don't know if I ever heard anyone say that one before. We're witnessing a soft takeover by Armbet. Watch. That's possibly the case. Got to support Armbet, though. Stacy James, thank you for the love, brother. Thank you. We'll go ahead and use whatever super chats come out of this. Start trying to fund that undercard. Artem said holding John's hand is like holding two Coke cans together. I am 100% sure that is absolutely the case. I did grab him left, so I did feel that hand left. So yeah. I've done my fair share of grabbing a super heavyweight, so I know what the big weirdo hands feel like, and it sucks. Thank you. Big love from Alberta, Cody. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Hey, guys, any other questions, anything like that? We've been on here for about 50 minutes. There's going to be a lot of stuff, a lot of information that comes out. There's a lot of things that probably haven't been, or definitely haven't been discussed. And there's going to be new announcements as we move forward in the promotion of this. The difference between this and the Chance match is we're going to have an opportunity to promote the tournament a little bit better. So I am looking for, and Travis is going to hate me, but I am looking for a tournament that has 500 entries. I really hope to make this tournament one of the biggest ones in the country this year. And I think we really have a strong possibility of making that happen. David, do you think John will go to bed at 2 a.m. before the match, or will he take you seriously? I don't know. If I'm John, I'm not taking me seriously. I'm just being honest. If I'm the GOAT, I mean, like, I probably have a sense of security too, especially because I'm a smaller dude. So we'll see. Just don't attack his hand, Paul. Oh, Derek, I know. I'll have to talk to you a little bit later because I know you experienced the same thing. Paul, you going to the battle at the beach? If I can make it, I will. We are in football season, David. So I am like, ugh, it is terrible for me. You guys in the chat have been mega with the super chats. Mizzelle, you are the man, bro. You are the man. I'm gonna donate more, but I'm not sure what I'm doing. It was a long week. Stacy, take it easy, brother. It is it is Friday, and I also am joining you. Oh, John, the YouTube Serious and Silliness says you're going to come on his platform for a special interview right before the match. Is that true? John, I will do whatever for you, brother. I got you. Guys, if you haven't looked at Serious and Silliness on YouTube, he has recently found arm wrestling. Came from like a powerlifting, like fitness background with most of his interviews and bodybuilding primarily, actually. And he found arm wrestling and he has really, really been blowing it up. So got to give this dude some love. He's been doing nothing but positive stuff. His name is John Levia. And look him up on YouTube and Serious and Silliness. I think I was the first arm wrestler that he interviewed. And I think he really went down a rabbit hole on it. It's gotten really, really good since then. I think Ian Carnegie was his most recent one. He's 58. He will take you seriously. I don't know. He's a beast. PBJ. Paul's one of the nicest dudes in all of the arm wrestling, with the exception of Froda. Yeah, Froda is the nicest dude. or Coach Ray. Do you get more fired up for a big arm wrestling match or a big football game? David, that's a great question, man. When I played, it's a similar headspace, to be honest with you. My headspace before a game and a match are very, very similar. What I'm listening to on my headphones, where my mind state is, the visualization. Arm wrestling has been what's been the only thing that has truly brought me back to that feel of being a player. As a coach, you get wound up. But you get wound up, but you're doing it vicariously through through the kids. You know what I mean? And you're trying to motivate them. So it's a different feel than trying to motivate yourself or keeping yourself in a good headspace. So for me, yeah, it's been awesome, man. Now it's time for that, Paul. Go for it. We need tournaments. Yeah, I agree, man. We need more tournaments. All right, Cody Merritt. Yeah, Cody Merritt's the nicest. You're right. Tesh, maybe. I don't know. He isn't talking enough for me to know if he's nice. Just got 5K more subs. Oh, he's awesome. He really is, man. He got some funny stuff on there. He mixes the content up. If you like bodybuilding, it's good. Sabrina, Miguel, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Sabrina and Miguel from Argentina moved to Pennsylvania. Phenomenal, top-notch, world-class pullers who now reside in the Northeast and have been shaking things up. Miguel won his left-handed 198 class at the last tournament we were at, too. He killed it. What's in that tumbler? Oh, that's a Captain in Diet, Stacy. That's a Captain in Diet. Keeping the carbs somewhat low. All right. I've been boxing for 25 years, and that club, just at the club level now, but arm wrestling has given me something awesome to do that isn't getting punched in the face. Wish I had found it when I was younger. I'm with you, Ronan. I'm with you. And like you said, it's got to be that feel that you have right before a fight. Arm wrestling, it brings you to that, I think, depending on how you manage it. How the hell did Alex from Arm Wrestling TV manage to get that mainstream success? It's crazy the numbers he's put. You know what I think Alex did is he just struck a chord with the younger community. And I think he did a great job of covering events from the exact same angle at a high quality with great editing. And he was very, very, very consistent. And I think that it paid dividends. And then he stumbled onto a few things that went viral. And then his brother, being a tremendous arm wrestler and using the word schoolboy, it just worked out for him. But I mean, I'll tell you what, he deserves everything he's getting. He is a great dude, one of my good friends. It's awesome. Oh, David, great comment. Where are your boys, Sam Harris and Storm? Where have they been hiding? Will you be training with them for this match? Absolutely. I'm going to be training with those guys this weekend. This weekend, tomorrow, is Storm Chelino's wedding. So I will be in Scranton tomorrow, early morning. I'll see James Reed there. I'm sure Sam will be there as well. There'll be plenty of arm wrestling tables. So we're going to get it in. Crazy adrenaline. You are right. You are right. I agree, Paul. Alex is a marketing genius. Yep. He's got it, he's got it and he has it cornered, but it can't happen to a better guy. They're great human beings, great people. Paul, is this a dream match come true for you? Absolutely, man. If this isn't a dream match for everybody come true, what's funny about it is like, you have those types of people in your life who, as an athlete, I've never been starstruck. I see athletes. I mean, we're all athletes, I see them as people. And because I think that that's the way that they want to be seen. But there's a few people out there. There's a few guys in each sport where you have that utmost respect for, the Michael Jordan in basketball, to me, from my position area in football, the Ray Lewis, these aren't people that I would be starstruck to meet. However, they're the people that I hold in the highest regard. And John has now found his way onto that list. That doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to compete against them or whatever that may be. So it's definitely a dream match for sure. I always said if I had the opportunity to go one-on-one with Ray Lewis, in a man maker, I would take it at, any chance I possibly could. Nobody wants to get punched by Mike Tyson, but how many people can say they were, David, Paul, can you talk about how this match came about and how long it has been brewing? Did this happen quickly? It happened very quickly. I've been in this, or have you been in discussions? So I won the ROTN at Travis's last tournament where John competed. And I wasn't planning on pulling. I was just reffing. I was just there paid to be ref. And I just jumped in because there was some money to be won. And I wound up winning the right hand. Paul Talbot won the left hand. So the idea there was to go ahead and from Travis to let's make it a series. Let's have the winner of that face John, and then whoever wins between the winner of John and that, then they're the champion in the whatever tournament. So the ROTN goes on with this super match and it continues on. So it could be pretty cool if we can keep it going. Buckle that chin strap then. Absolutely. Never have it unbuckled. Never even unbuckle the damn thing. John is only the second guy I asked for an autograph. Yep. I felt like a child when I met him. He's got that impression. He's got that energy too. He's so calm. Paul, awkward question, I know, but why do you think John chose you at this moment in time? I don't think John chose me. I think that Travis chose me in a situation where Travis had something that was potentially marketable. But that's really what the sport is. I mean, I don't know. That could be a positive or a negative. I wind up doing well. In that situation, it works out for me. So I don't know if John has any interest in pulling me at all. I don't know necessarily. So I know that it's a blessing regardless of how it came about. So I'm just counting them right now. What mistakes do you feel Chance made in his match with John? I don't think Chance necessarily made any mistakes. I think you'd kind of have to ask Chance. I thought he was smart in a lot of instances, like when he had the buckle, not fighting too hard. I don't necessarily think he made any chances. I think made any mistakes. I think his hand just blew up, and John just arm wrestled tremendously, but which you would expect out of John. This fall and winter is going to be crazy for arm wrestling. Matt Mass versus Marisol. That is a crazy match. Marisol looks unbelievable. Biggest event of the year: Devin, Michael Todd, Dave Levon, Chance John, or yours? Oh, well, the biggest event is 100% neither of the latter. The biggest event is Devin, Michael Todd. You can't put me in those names at all, even though John's carrying the weight of the name. But Dave and Levon, I mean, Chance and John, we're doing what we're doing here is, is a John comeback tour here. Those guys are in their prime and they're the biggest, strongest guys on the planet. Now, could we get a good amount of hype and a good amount of folks tuned in? Sure. But I don't think that anything with my name on it matches any of those other guys. So Michael Lucas, good luck in the greatest of all time. Yeah, he is the greatest of all time. You're still the best guy in the business. Appreciate you, Stacy. All right. Can you repeat when and where for the latecomers? So I did put the event flyer in as the thumbnail, but it's going to be October 23rd in Virginia. I do not even know the actual location yet. So more will be coming out. Do you know why John turned down top 8? Yes, Jason, I do. Talk to him. He said what he was promised coming in was not what is seeming to be billed now with regard to COVID and everything else. He was looking at top 8 as an opportunity to get back into it a little bit and have a couple of vacations with a lot of like being treated really well and everything else. And the way the format was going to be, it all got changed. And I think those are the things that John values right now, probably more than money, but rather that vacation and the fun involved. So that's what he told me. All right. Are you going straight to the straps with John like Chance? I hope so, because I just think honestly, man, when you get to those upper levels, you spend too much time fiddling around, and that's boring. Let's just get right down to the brass tacks of it. Let's not waste time. Let's go into the straps and pull there. But we haven't discussed that yet. You see Uncle John, king of the table in Newfoundland. I hope so. That'd be awesome. Jason, you're humble, man. You're humble. All right. Are you buzzing yet? Yeah. No, not yet. Hey, Paul, is 34 too late to start arm wrestling? Well, considering I started at 35, I think you're good to go. You got a year on me. So, Jube, you got plenty of time, buddy. Did you ever pull Chance? Yes, we've practiced together quite a few times. He's a good friend. He done king of the table. Oh, he released a video. Uh-oh. I didn't see that yet. Toddzilla started at 35 as well. This match is a hard one to stake. Don't stake it, man. Don't stake it. I'm not gonna beg anyone to stake. Paul Uncle John has a video of Newfoundland. Oh, I didn't see it. I did not see it. Did he win it? I'll have to take a look. Who's my favorite rapper? Oh my goodness. I know you like Philly rap. I like Meek Mill currently. He's not my favorite of all time. I mean, if you want, we get way down the rabbit hole. I'm a Gangstar fan. I like Guru. I am a big fan of Guru. Are you wearing pants? Yes, I am wearing shorts. I only get on conference calls with no pants on when I'm at work. Started at 39. Well, hey guys, we've been on here for an hour. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know it's Friday. Thanks so much for joining in. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for all the kind words and support. Well, I'm sure we're going to have a whole lot more coming. So I appreciate the tuning in. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate everything. We'll have some more coming here shortly. I'm going to release a video probably tomorrow when I get a good thumbnail for Dave Morocco. James and I interviewed Dave about the battle in Baltimore. Guys, if you don't know, the Battle of Baltimore is happening next weekend in Baltimore. We're all going to be there. It's going to be a good time. A lot of money to be won. Payouts all the way down to third place in every weight class, plus an overall for more money. If you're a pro, make sure you make it. Appreciate all the support, guys. We're out now. Talk to you soon.